Guys, what's going on? It's Davis Roma bringing you all your daily dose for interactive sports talk radio. It's February 24th, 2012. It is also a Friday, which means that this is the last episode of this week. I will be back doing these videos on Monday. Check out my articles written over the weekend. But, starting off, New York Knicks lost to the Miami Heat last night, 102-88. Only 2 points over what I guessed would be no more than a 12-point win for the Heat. So, I was pretty close. My partner, Andrew Vigilati, hit it right on the head. Double digits, 14 points, double digits. It all goes together in the same. But the Heat beat the Knicks exactly how Andy and I expected they would last night, or yesterday in our radio show. We expected they would beat them last night in transition. The Heat did a wonderful job at getting turnovers, especially from Jeremy Lin, forcing the defense to run down the court, which they did not do a lot of times. The Knicks' defense in transition is bad at best. Okay, they look like they can't keep up with people. They look like they're getting outrun. They look like it's a 100-yard dash that nobody can even think to keep up with. It's rough, okay? It's hard to watch because the Knicks look like a good team, and with all the players that they have, they should be a good team. But they're not, and that's tough for Knicks fans to swallow, and I'm sure it's hard for them to swallow. They, as good as they are in a half court, they cannot play defense in the transition. Now, I know it's hard to play defense in transition, okay? But the thing is, you should be playing defense on offense, being more secure with the ball to keep the other team from forcing you into playing defense in transition, which is something that they don't do, something that Jeremy Lin doesn't do very well. I believe he had 8 turnovers last night. I don't know. I actually didn't write that statistic down, but 8 sounds about right. And that's something that he should get better with as he goes on. Should just be something, coming out of inexperience with starting and playing and, dishing the ball out. But hopefully that improves with his game. He had a rough night shooting. He was 1 for 11 from the field. He finished with 8 points and 3 assists, which is a far, far way away from his 23.9 and 9.2 points per game and assists per game average over his last 11 games as a Knicks starter. With their win, the Heat win their 8th straight, and they head into the All-Star break tied with the Oklahoma City Thunder for the best record in the NBA right now at 27-7. Moving forward, good news for the Brewers, good news for Ryan Braun, horrible news for Major League Baseball. Ryan Braun wins his appeal of his positive drug test, avoiding a 50-game suspension that he would have had to serve. Okay? Now, how did Ryan Braun do this? He's the first player to win his appeal. How did he do this? He did it on what some are saying is a technicality. Okay? The way that the CBA is set up with drug testing in baseball is the sample has to be collected, and then on that same day, taken to a FedEx facility to be ready for shipment to their test lab. Okay? Now, whoever the sample collector was this day, it was a Saturday. It was the day that the Brewers started their playoff run. Okay? It was a Saturday. They collected the sample before the nearest FedEx facility closed and then took it home with them. They didn't take it to FedEx. They took it home with them. Why? Because he thought it would be safer at home than waiting at FedEx to be shipped. So, Monday morning, he took the sample to a FedEx facility to be shipped to the lab, where it was found as a positive test. Now, I'm sorry, but if the outline clearly says, collect the sample and take it to the nearest FedEx facility to be ready for shipping, wouldn't you do that? Or if you had a question about that, wouldn't you call somebody over your head to clarify that? Okay? Just me. I would have. I wouldn't make that call on my own. But basically, The mishandling of the sample that was collected has proven to be the deciding factor in this case. Okay, it's turned out to be a major bogey for Major League Baseball that has cost them this, I guess, win against Ryan Braun. Now, when Ryan Braun first tested positive, I had a hunch that if he appealed it, he would win. Just because he's never been linked with steroids, never been linked to any other sort of drug through baseball, never tested positive with anything, nothing ever. Clean slate. And it just seemed odd that all of a sudden he wins the MVP and this stuff happens. I don't know. Too sketchy for me to call. Either way, baseball's mishandling of the sample, or the mishandling of the sample on the sample collector's part in place for baseball is what lost them this case. Ryan Braun wins. Ryan Braun does not have to serve a 50-game suspension. Good news for Brewers, horrible news for baseball. Now players know it can be done. All you have to do is question the system and the system's processes. Okay? Moving forward, there's been a campaign in the Miami area to bring Peyton Manning to the Dolphins. The Dolphins fans have purchased a billboard in Miami, and it features Peyton Manning getting ready to throw a pass in a Dolphins uniform. Okay? And the quote on the board is manningtomiami.com. Or I guess not the quote, but the text on the billboard is manningtomiami.com. That's silly, okay? Your organization needs a franchise quarterback, not a 3-year quarterback. Peyton Manning is no longer a franchise quarterback. He's not going to come in and play for 12 or 15 years and then retire as a Dolphin. He's going to come in and play for 3 or 4 years, probably go back to Indianapolis at some point and retire as a Colt. Okay? Somehow, some way, he will retire as a Colt. Okay? You guys are looking for a franchise quarterback, not a sometimes quarterback. Matt Moore is a better choice right now. Keep Matt Moore if you're looking for a franchise quarterback. Matt Flynn is a better choice for a franchise quarterback if that's what you're looking for. Miami fans need an identity. They don't know whether they want a franchise quarterback or do it right now quarterback. Okay? I don't think Peyton Manning would have incredible amounts of success in Miami. Nothing against Peyton, but it's the pieces that are around him in Miami. He doesn't have the right pieces that he wants or needs or feels as though he can work with in Miami because he hasn't built that team around himself. Now, are you going to let him come in and build the team around himself, or are you going to let him come in and be the quarterback? Okay? Because you can get anyone to throw the ball, but Peyton Manning is not just a ball thrower. Okay? He's a thinker. He's a GM, he's an offensive coordinator, he's a quarterback's coach, all in one, okay? So you have to embrace that role and know what you're getting yourself into when you sign Peyton Manning. As far as the Daily Dose goes, that's all I have for you guys. It was Casual Friday here in my Deion Sanders jerseys. I think I've stated before, but anyways, catch me on Twitter at save_us_Romo. Follow IST Radio on Twitter at IST Radio. This has been your Daily Dose, administered by me, the one and only Save Us Romo, and check out my articles on www.istradio.com over the weekend. Hope y'all have a great day and a safe weekend. Take it easy.